When you're buying your house, a lot of times you're going to have options about who does what services for you. But sometimes your realtor doesn't tell you that you actually have the option. So let's talk about what some of those options are. First of all is going to be your lender. And a lot of times people say, well, I don't know who to call. And a realtor say, oh, call so-and-so, they're the best. And that's fine. I do that quite a bit, referring people to Kim Swan with Union Home because I've personally used her. But you do have the option to call around, check with other lenders, see what their rates are, see what their closing costs are, see what their process timeline is going to be. You have the option to shop for your lender. The second thing is your title company. Now, when we're writing the offer for a buyer, we'll say, is there a title company you prefer to use? 9 times out of 10, the buyer doesn't even know what title companies are in town because it's not something they do every day. So they're like, I don't care, whoever you use is fine. But again, the title company is something that as a home buyer, you have the option to pick. We can give you a list of the title companies here in town. You can call around, find out what are their closing costs, what are the fees to the buyer versus what are the fees to the seller, how much time are they going to need to get a title search done. Depending on what state you're from, some states are attorney states. So you don't really pick a title company. Each side has to have their own real estate attorney. Here in East Tennessee, we do use title companies. We have 4 or 5 that are here in Morristown that you would be able to choose from. The other thing is title insurance. I know that when we have people that relocate here, they think that the seller automatically covers the cost of the title search and the title insurance, and that's not the case here in East Tennessee. In Tennessee, the buyer pays for the title search, the buyer pays for the title insurance policy. Now, as in all things with real estate, that is negotiable. You can ask the seller to pay those items. But what you need to realize is that if the seller is paying the title expenses, they get to pick the closing company. RESPA does not allow the seller to dictate what closing company you use unless they are paying the closing cost for the buyer. So keep that in mind when it comes to the title company, as well as having the seller pay part of your closing expenses. The other thing you need to think about on the title insurance is when you are financing your home, you're going to be required to get a mortgage's title insurance policy. The title company will offer you an owner's title policy as well. It's not required, but it is an option. It's like any kind of insurance. You buy it and hope you never have to use it. It's a one-time fee that will cover you as long as you own that particular property. If you purchase it at the same time that you get this mortgage, then you're usually going to get a little bit discounted rate for it. So make sure you talk to the title companies about the title insurance, how much it's going to cost, is there a discount if you're getting a lender's policy, and so on. So don't let someone tell you you don't have choices on your service providers when you're buying a home. You can pick your lender, you can pick the title company, you can pick your homeowner's insurance company. There are certain things you're not going to be able to pick, like the appraiser, but otherwise, you do have a lot of options when it comes to buying your home. I'm Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10.